Some people in this world have something known as self-respect. It's an admirable quality most of us possess, at least inklings of it, except Olympus executives. They release forth garbage and hope that you will see the shape of a camera and take pictures with it, knowing full well the disasters that lie upon you. Has Olympus just delayed human evolution for the next 300 years with the OM5 release? I think they have.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
I'm not sure if there are enough people in this company OM system to have a boardroom meeting, but if there is enough, like more than 3, I think they had a meeting and it was bad. All right, fellas, we're the new kid on the block here. We just acquired Olympus. What a dumb name that was, huh? We changed it to OM system. Nice and mathematically precise. Now we released a camera, the OM1, but that was their camera. They were working on that. Now, let's show the world what a Japanese sushi company can do. Any ideas? I do have ideas, boss. Let's redefine the word budget. It could mean so much more. Our OM1, it was okay, but it caught up to the XT4 that was released 2 years ago. It's a little embarrassing, if I will be upfront. This OM5, let's push it. Let's do some things better than the OM1. And that will tell our audience that something in the OM2 is a brewing. Huh? Listen, Newton, you're a beginner in this industry. You don't know how things work. You release a camera. If you beat it, you have to charge less money for the beaten camera. This new OM5, it's a budget version of what Olympus did. We don't know how to do anything. We make sushi here. Apparently, you can't put rice in a camera. We don't know what we're doing. We are so beyond our means here. You mean we bought a camera company without knowing how to make cameras? Okay, don't panic. The EM5 Mark III could be improved in some ways. We can remove the recording limit. That's a new law that was passed. Now you're talking. All right, we probably need something more than that though, right? Let's just use the OM1 sensor, but then cripple everything that it can do and just don't allow it to do the fun things, but a new sensor. Do we even know how to remove a sensor and put it in another body? Is it just screws? Is it a screw-on thing? But how would you get it in from behind? The camera's already closed. There's no screw hole in the back of the camera. We could add a screw hole and say it's like speed holes. Faster. Burst rate. We don't up the burst rate, but in theory, for future releases. I don't know about this anymore. That sounds hard. Let's just release the EM5 Mark III. We'll put the OM system name on it. The recording limit thing. People will respect us for not changing. People are comforted by things that they already know. So it's a familiar face around here. I'll have no part of this. Olympus stood for mountains. The strength, inner strength. What is OM system? What does that even mean? Oh, my system. It's not my system. It's yours. I will not take it. No. We will release the OM5 Mark IV. Now. 8K 240p. Bitch. Give me your lunch. I'm fired. Yeah. Is it just me, or did I see Panty Boy struggling like crazy with that autofocus, little turns and wigs and glasses? Not that that was me, that took place elsewhere. This OM5, I just released that video saying dear camera industry, what are we doing? It's a race to the bottom, it seems. Everybody's releasing these as ghetto a version as you can. I don't understand the strategy. You have smartphones climbing up your ranks, biting your ankles. You're like, holy shit, that hurts. And they're doing stuff that's like fantastic. Computational photography, blurring the background in real time now looks like utter trash, but it's somewhat respectable. If they just lowered the sharpness and saturation of some of these phones, you'd have something probably pretty natural. The sensors are getting bigger, and so you have this camera industry under attack, and you're not playing the game. You're trying to meet them at the bottom level and say, oh yeah, smartphone, here's a budget piece of shit that's worse than you in every way. You're losing the respect of people that actually buy your stuff. Most people just have their smartphone, boom. Me and you, we like the cinema. It could be ours. And we will support you if you respect us, which you don't. I just switched to standard color profile instead of log. Looks like crushed blacks, but whatever. I just want to test a couple of profiles while we rant. Olympus. I don't know what you were thinking with the OM5 being like nothing new. You're the new guy here. You're supposed to be like inspiring us that you're actually in business still. And you know that you didn't fire all your Olympus employees. You're still working on stuff. It's still all those people. And now you're the new owners, but you're still doing stuff. This is like an insult of the highest degree, because not only is it barely an unchanged EM5 Mark III, it has the uglier name on the front, OM System. Who came up with that? That sounds like a computer-generated name that was just like a robot decided this is best for us. It is the future. It is a system. The word system is undeniable. I would throw up on the camera and they would look better with the green chunks. We're natural now. Looks identical. I think there's a couple companies releasing these bottom feeder cameras, the Panasonic G100, Sony ZV-1F, and now Olympus OM5. What's next? The Nikon Z30? Kind of. I'd rather have that than any of those. It's just, what are you doing? Like no USB-C. In 2022, you're gonna make us carry that cord. I just got this new skateboard. I will review it soon, you know I will. And I have this, like, the remote is still charged with a micro USB, and I'm like, why? Why is anything charged with that? What the hell is this? L Classic Neo. I'm in the Matrix. So I don't understand why Olympus is in business. OM System, you have two different names, OM Digital Solutions and OM System. That doesn't make sense, and both names suck. You have one camera that's mildly competing with the Fuji X-T4, but worse in a lot of ways. And then you have this new thing that's nothing new, old farts. The one saving grace you have is your color science. It's beautiful, but I'm not attached to you. There's other cameras that, with the Penny Boy now, we're in flat. I like the Panasonic colors. Outside, I'm like, wow. It was always the battle between like Panasonic, much better video codecs, sharper, more detailed, more dynamic range, versus Olympus, worse in all those areas, but nicer color science. Now you can't play that game, boy. The only thing you have now is your phase detect autofocus, which in my opinion took a tumble for the worst. It was better in the EM1 Mark III than the OM1. Maybe there are tweaks to be made. But now we've seen Panasonic now leads the industry in autofocus. And what are you doing? You don't have a partnership with Micro Four Thirds. It's a competitor. And they're beating you. They're eating your ankles, just like the smartphones. As Cine D2 blesses our hearts, I wonder if this is the end of Olympus. Is this like writing on the wall here for the future? You release something like this garbage, like almost insulting to everybody who has it. What's next from them? Like, are they even gonna do a flagship? are they even capable of it? We saw from the meeting that they don't even know how to remove sensors from bodies to reuse them. So they only can use what's in Olympus's basement. That's not gonna last. It's already outdated years ago. You have to come up with new, exciting things, and what are you even doing? You're like photocentric in a video world. Grow up. Where's the slow-mo that actually autofocuses and doesn't look like it was sharpened with knives and skittle pans? Those aren't a thing. Distract them with like 709. Oh, Penny boy. So, I'm disappointed, angered, and just like confused about where does Olympus lie. I would not invest in Olympus right now. If you own one, okay, shoot with it. It still will work until maybe they remote disable your camera. If I was in charge of Olympus, which I might as well be as we switch to pixel mode for a slight crop, I would make some changes. I think they were so unique and they're like nice color science. Dynamic range looked pleasing. It was like a nice look. You could beat it. You couldn't beat the stabilization. The autofocus was reliable. Nice, tiny, rugged, weather sealed. You had something, but then you bought into a situation that you didn't deserve. Whoever OM's system is, they sound really bad. They're not innovating. Do they even have money? How much could you even make selling sushi? I don't know. Not a lot. I go to these all-you-can-eat places. I put them out of business. That's all we know for sure. I'm not asking for unreasonable specs. Sometimes I joke around with I want 4K 240p. That's not a joke, by the way. That better be in something soon. All I ask is that you care. That you remember us, your community of people who use cameras. We take shots. We take videos. We save custom video settings, even though you won't let us. So we switch brands. But if you could just show us that you actually care, you're working on something, anything. Some new IBIS with 10 stops. You're like, holy shit, Olympus is back. Gimbal, goodbye. Anything. I'm not seeing nothing. So EM5, wow, that sucked. OM5, even more embarrassing because of how much newer it is and should be better, but it's not. What is better is Panasonic pixel to pixel mode, losing no resolution. Panasonic tracking through Leaf, not even a problem for it anymore. So thank you, Olympus, for sucking. Someone better buy my EM1 III soon. I'm getting sick of it being in my closet. Yeah. We've upgraded, I think. It's an upgrade in some cultures. I'm happy with it. Thank you for buying the OM5 through my affiliate links. I know I may not have sold you on it, but that's not my job. My job is to scare you away from yourself. Buy it.